All right, we'll have more National Football League highlights right after this message as the Browns lead the Jets at Municipal Stadium 14-7 at half. Back to our highlights provided by NFL Films, beginning with the Dolphins against the Patriots. Harvard Stadium, Cambridge, Massachusetts, the Miami Dolphins, muchly improved, they say, against the Boston Patriots in slow motion. Bob Greasy, number 12, quarterback of the Dolphins, hitting Paul Warfield, number 42, one of the truly great wide receivers in pro football, for a 19-yard gain. Miami dominated during the first half with plays like this one. Jim Kick, an underpublicized back from Wyoming, moving in 5 yards in the score, which made the score at that time 14-3 in favor of Miami. But Boston, a major underdog, kept coming back with plays like this one. Carl Garrett, the American Football League Rookie of the Year a year ago, spinning, breaking tackles, a run of 26 yards on the draw. 9:08 gone in the fourth period. The score now 20-14 in favor of Boston. Mike Tolliver finding Ron Sellers, number 34, the fine second-year receiver from Florida State. And the upset is executed. Boston 27, Miami 14. Bill Bengtson, coach of the Green Bay Packers, the year that the Pack is supposed to be back. Green Bay against Detroit. Perry Williams with the ball. He's not going anywhere today, not against that Detroit front four. At halftime, it was Detroit 13, Green Bay nothing. Third period, Bart Starr throwing. Lem Barney, premier cornerback in the National Football League, picking it off 40 yards for the touchdown. At this point, it's Detroit 23, Green Bay nothing. Joe Schmidt, understandably, is applauding his Lions. Now watch this. Number 42, Altie Taylor. Remember him from Utah State? Nagging injuries have hampered him thus far in his Detroit career, but he says this will be his year, and many say it will be the year of the Lions. He made 34 yards on that play. Nell Farr, number 24, coming off knee surgery, showing no effects of it, sprinting in for a touchdown. 30-0 now. Greg Landry, number 11, giant-sized quarterback from Massachusetts, the quarterback keeper. He will run out of speed. So for that matter, will his defender, Al Matthews. I don't know how much Greg wanted more than that. We're 12:36 into the final period. Triplett has the ball. Detroit is punching wide open holes in the Green Bay line. And the final score is, incredibly, Detroit 40, the Green Bay Packers nothing. Riverfront Stadium, Cincinnati, the home of the still new Cincinnati Bengals and Paul Brown. Mike Eischeid of the Oakland Raiders, heavily favored. Kicking the punt is partially blocked. Kenny Graham picks it off like shortstop Don Kessinger of the Cubs. He moves downfield, fumbles. The ball goes out of bounds on the Oakland 7. It sets up the first Cincinnati touchdown. Now watch LaMonica. The fake handoff, the pass, bounce. What a player he's going to be. One of 97 rookies in the American Conference. We're 8 minutes, 37 seconds into the third period. LaMonica, with his team trailing 21-7, hits Biletnikoff. It's 21-14. Now, Cincinnati forced to kick again. This young man's name is Alvin Wyatt. He comes from Bethune-Cookman in Florida. Another of those 97 rookies. Watch this young man go. He was Oakland's 6th-round draft choice. They're not going to catch him on this. Not until it's too late. 72 yards, and the score is tied with the successful point after, 21-21. With 12 minutes and 26 seconds into the third quarter, it was third down, 28 yards to go. Cincinnati on its own 24. Paul Brown sent in the draw play. And Jesse Phillips, a defensive back at Michigan State, goes 76 yards for the touchdown. Cincinnati upsets Oakland 31-21. Some of the NFL highlights over the recent weekend is provided by NFL Films. We're back live here at Municipal Stadium. Score, Cleveland 14, Jets 7 at halftime. Quick recap in the first period. Nelson led the Browns 55 yards in 9 plays, 7-0 Cleveland. Then he led them 84 yards in 11 plays, 14-0. The Jets came back with 1 in the second quarter. And now with the second half ready to begin, let's go back to Keith Jackson.
Thank you very much, Howard. Plenty of excitement there. NFL Monday Night Football, the New York Jets versus the Cleveland Browns, is being brought to you by United Airlines, the airline of sport champions, the airline the pros fly, the friendly skies of United, and by Marlboro Filter Cigarettes. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro Country. Tonight's attendance here at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, 85,703. That is the largest crowd in the Cleveland Browns history. And a quick look at the halftime statistics. First down for the New York Jets, 13. 12 for the Cleveland Browns. Offensive plays just about dead even, 33 for the Jets and 32 for the Browns. Rushing yardage, Jets had 83, the Browns only 23. In passing, Joe Namath 129 yards. Bill Nelson 101 yards, and the total yardage, the Jets have a substantial lead in that department, 212 total yards, 224 for the Browns. But the Jets are behind on the scoreboard by a score of 14-7. And the ball game for the second half is underway as Jim Turner kicks off. It goes to Homer Jones. Homer takes it at the 6-yard line for the Cleveland Browns, and he breaks into the open. Now it's a foot race. He'll go all the way. And there are no penalty flags on the field. Homer Jones goes 94 yards to start the second half. Jim Turner, the kicker, was the only man who really got his hands on him.
Let's take a look at it. Here's Homer Jones from Pittsburgh, Texas, number 85. Great speed. Actually, he just hit right through a hole. I don't see a lot of outstanding blocking, but there must have been some someplace. Ain't nobody gonna catch Homer now. Homer is heading for that goal line.
By Cockcroft is good. You're watching NFL Monday Night Football. Timeout. The score: the Cleveland Browns 21, the New York Jets 7. Well, now, what do you think about momentum to start the second half?
Well, that was a great start for Cleveland, obviously. I have to chuckle because how Homer Jones wanted to show the people in New York, especially the Giant fans.
Don Cockcroft will kick it off. Ed Bell and Mike Battle are deep. And he got all of it. And Ed Bell, deep in the end zone, is told by Mike Battle, put it down. Do not run it out. So the New York Jets will have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. 21-7. The Cleveland Browns build their lead back to 14 points. And there's a look at the man who just streaked 94 yards with a kickoff return for the touchdown.
You know, once he was traded away, Keith, to the Browns in that off-season deal, he became maligned. They said he couldn't run anymore.
Joe Namath now, the quarterback. The setbacks are Boozer and Snell behind him, and Joe to throw. Gets his pass away, and he has a man wide open. That is Don Maynard, and Maynard, getting away from one man, is finally dragged down by Ernie Kellerman.
You take a look one of the few times where the Cleveland Browns do blitz or shoot a linebacker. This puts Maynard man-to-man. He's one of the best in the business in that category. Erich Barnes, again, is a fine veteran, but he's a little bit too far off of Maynard. Namath hit him right between the 1 and the 3 again.
Gain of 20 yards on the play. First down. Jets, the ball is at their own 40-yard line. Sauer wide to the left as Namath goes to throw. Throws for Sauer and hits him at the Cleveland 44-yard line. Walt Sumner to make the tackle for the Browns. You know, when we started this ball game, Don Maynard held the all-time professional record for yardage gained on pass receptions, 10,373. He was the only player in history to surpass 10,000 yards on pass receptions, and he has added to it tonight. He has caught 4 passes for 69 yards. It is another first down for the New York Jets at the Cleveland 44. Namath will throw. He's throwing for Maynard. He missed him. Too high. Erich Barnes was over there, but Don really never had a chance at getting the ball.
Don Meredith, you know how tough that Cleveland secondary plays it. You've got to give them a lot of credit tonight because twice in the clutch they've intercepted Namath. And that's had its mark on the ball game. Together with the penalties against the Jets at critical moments in the second quarter. Browns have been a heads-up football team all night. Soundly coached, well-directed.
And they always are, Howard.
Second down and 10. New York's ball at the Cleveland 44. Namath throws, and the pass is complete at the Cleveland 31-yard line to George Sauer. A 13-yard pickup on the play for a first down.
You'll notice Lindsey, 51, is out on Sauer. That's just a great job of getting away from a defensive linebacker. A little hook pattern, a little turn-in pattern right behind the linebacker, and it was, again, right on the money.
Namath trying to get a quick one here at the top of the third quarter to offset that 94-yard bolt by Homer Jones with the opening kickoff. That's Matt Snell. Oh, he's tough. He is down to the 24-yard line before he is finally wrestled down.
I think he's one of the most underrated and toughest running backs in football. 2 defensive backs will attest to it. Larry Wilson, St. Louis Cardinals, Richie Vogt, Baltimore Colts, who remembers what happened to him in the Super Bowl game when they had to hospitalize him after Matt rammed into him.
Second down and 3 yards to go from the Cleveland 24-yard line. New York Jets have the ball. The Browns are leading 21-7 at the top of the third quarter. Snell again. Darlington gets a hold of him and slows him down. Snido helps a little bit. Erich Barnes and Mike Howell coming out of the secondary. Howell from the safety position, Barnes to the cornerback. They mark the ball at the 23-yard line. The Jets have to go to the Cleveland 21 to get their first down. Matt Snell is now carried 11 times for 63 yards. Third down and 2 for the Jets. Sauer wide left, Maynard wide right. That's Emerson Boozer. He's got a first down as he literally bolts up the middle and goes to the 17-yard line. Jim Houston, the middle linebacker for Cleveland, made the tackle, but credit the middle of that New York offensive line with making some holes for Mr. Boozer to prance through. Dave Herman, the center, John Schmidt, Randy Rasmussen, the left guard. Winston Hill, number 75, the tackle on the left side. Roger Finney, number 61, is the tackle on the right side. The tight end is Pete Lemons. First down at the 18-yard line for New York. Cleveland's 18. Namath looks at Sauer, hits him at the 13. George is inside. He's down to the 5. Right down at the 5-yard line before Sumner brings him down.
I think Namath caught Sumner a little off of Sauer. He audibled. You'll notice Boozer came back into the backfield. percentage pass is a pass that should be completed 75, 80% of the time, and that is a short 5-yard out. Those things, a lot of those things turn into long gainers, especially when you throw to guys like Sauer and Maynard.
Lenny Dawson's made a career of that kind of pass. Always has the great percentage of reception.
First and goal to go. New York Jets at the Cleveland 5. Emerson Boozer, penalty flag, flips into the air as Boozer makes his way to the 3-yard line. That's Jerry Shirk, number 72, and Jack Gregory, number 81, getting up from the bottom of the pile. They're playing on dirt there as part of the baseball infield here at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland.
Well, it's really a redundant pattern now in this game. The Jets dominated the second quarter after Cleveland the first, but they were thwarted first by penalties, then by 2 opportunistic interceptions. They were shocked by Homer Jones' kickoff return for a touchdown to start the second half. Now they've moved down and they faced a penalty again.
5 yards illegal motion against the New York Jets. First down and goal to go from the 10 for the Jets. Richard Castor, number 88, is in the ball game for the first time tonight, the big rookie. And up the middle goes Emerson Boozer for the touchdown.
And no penalty flag on the play.
Watch this one again as Boozer really busted.
Take a look at the explosion again. They're on number 72, Jerry Shirk. Boozer just explodes through the hole. Mike Howell's coming over for him. He's going to get a shot at him, number 34. Boozer lowers that head. Is down in the end zone. 6 points for the Jets.
Jim Turner out of George Sauer's hole from the 10-yard line for the extra point. It's good. You're watching NFL Monday Night Football. With timeout, the score, the Cleveland Browns 21, the New York Jets. Emerson Boozer, who slashed in for the New York touchdown from 10 yards to cap a 10-play, 80-yard march. With 9 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Jets' Jim Turner will kick off to the Cleveland Browns. Reese Morrison, number 26, and Homer Jones, 85. And I don't think Jim's going to want to kick this one to Homer. Not after he ran 94 with the last one. It does not go to Jones. It goes to Morrison at the 7. And he gets a hole on the sideline. But coming across to get a piece of him is Denny Onkots, the rookie from Penn State. Onkots helped bring him down with help from Mike Battle. And a penalty flag is on the field. Let's pause right here, 5 seconds, for local station identification.
This, Keith, was called against number 35, Dennis Onkots, the rookie from Penn State. Earlier in the game, Onkots rushed against the Cleveland player and looked like he was about to get into some trouble. You can be sure Eubank will talk with him during the remainder of the week.
The personal foul advances the ball to the New York 47-yard line. That's 127 yards in penalties against the Jets. Leroy Kelly comes up into the slot now. Bo Scott, the lone remaining back behind Bill Nelson. Fair Hooker to the left. Gary Collins to the right. The pass to Hooker. He's missed by Early Thomas. He is finally brought down by Gus Holloman inside the 35. Call it the 34-yard line. That's 13 yards and a first down.
That's one of those little percentage passes that almost went all the way. 5-yard square out by Fair Hooker. Almost turned into a Cleveland Browns touchdown.
Holloman remains in the New York secondary, replacing Jim Hudson. Cleveland first down, New York 34. Bill Nelson, number 16. Penalty flag. Somebody moved too quick in the line of scrimmage. Leroy Kelly moving to the right side is inside. He's down to about the 22-yard line. I think that's going to be a call against the Jets' defensive front four. Steve Tannen made the tackle in the Jets secondary. Let's take a look at the offside by the Jets.
I think it's John Elliott. He gets a little bit jumpy. He's going to come across. He does make contact. You can see the guards getting ready to pull on the Leroy Kelly sweep.
But they'll take the 11-yard run by Kelly instead. Gives Cleveland a first down at the New York 23-yard line. The Browns are leading 21-14, 8:20 to play, third quarter. Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. That's post out up the middle. Elliott, number 80, anchors him with help from Al Atkins, the middle linebacker. Mark Lomas is number 84. Very warm, muggy night in Cleveland's Municipal Stadium with 85,703 watching, the largest crowd in the Browns' history. It's incredible the way they draw for their football team here in Cleveland. Here's Bill Nelson looking at Fair Hooker over the middle, and Al Atkinson knocks it down and almost had one. On second down and 8, Nelson goes over the middle, and number 62 almost picked it off. Al, who took his time coming back to pro football this year. And there's the boss man of the Jets. 7:42 to play in the third quarter. This was the 14th time the Browns have drawn more than 80,000 people to Municipal Stadium. Ball is on the New York 20-yard line. Third down. 8. Short 8. Nelson loops it to the corner. Fair Hooker's over there, and he can't get it. Number 45, Early Thomas, was covering on the play, but I wonder if Fair Hooker had not turned inside, had continued his pattern to the outside, Don, if he might not have had 6.
I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, the pattern looked as if it were to be thrown over his left shoulder. I don't know whether it was a bad route or a little bit long throw.
Number 15 in the ball game to hold for the field goal try is Mike Phipps, the brilliant rookie from Purdue. Don Cockcroft will try the field goal from the 27-yard line. It is up, and it is good. 27-yard field goal. NFL Monday Night Football continues from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. With timeout, the score now. The Cleveland Browns 24 and the New York Jets 14. The young men 8 to 13 years of age. That punt, pass, and kick registration closes at your local Ford dealers on September 26th. So hurry and don't be late to sign up. The young man from Alamosa, Colorado will kick off. Number 40 on the left is Mike Battle. Ed Bell, number 7 on the right. The deep men for the New York Jets. 7:34 to play in the third quarter. Cockcroft's kick is not too deep. Battle comes up and takes it at the 8-yard line. And he brings it back to the 25. Tom Butler, a rookie from Toledo, makes the tackle for the Cleveland Browns in white. The Browns are leading 24-14.
Putting this thing in perspective now with the Browns 10 points ahead, the Jets are out statisticking them, but the Browns don't make the mistakes the Jets have. That's the way the Browns have won so many times.
It really is, Howard. They rely on the other team making mistakes.
Joe Namath is the quarterback. George Sauer is wide to the left. Namath back to throw. Looks to the left, goes over the middle, intended for Emerson Boozer. Penalty flag down. Boozer was covered by Houston and Mike Howell. And the gesture of Dave Herman indicates to me the unhappiness of that young giant that the penalty again will go against the Jets. That's Jim Houston talking with referee Norm Schachter, who incidentally is a high school principal in Los Angeles, California.
Jets have now been penalized 142 yards, the Browns only 59. This is what you call making mistakes.
And that major penalty of 15 yards moves the ball back to the New York 10-yard line, where it will be first down and 25. Rasmussen and Herman are the guards, Schmidt the center, Finney and Hill are the tackles. The tight end is Pete Lemons for New York. Namath will throw from the goal line. He gets it away deep, intended for Sauer, and Sumner, chasing it, cannot quite reach. Mike Howell also back there defending on the long bomb, and that pass was thrown right from the goal line. Another penalty flag down, incidentally, back in the vicinity of where the pass was thrown. Namath threw the ball from the goal line 55 yards in the air. This time the penalty is against Cleveland.
I think it's a roughing the passer penalty. I believe Gregory was a little overzealous on that last play and took a pretty good shot at our friend from Beaver Falls.
Yeah, that's a break for them. They have a first down, but the plain fact is it was an unwise throw by Namath. Sauer wasn't down there, and Namath threw where there were two Cleveland Browns.
And it's first down. 10 yards to go for the Jets, back where they were a few moments ago at their own 25. With 6:45 to play, 6:49 to play in the third quarter. That's Matt Snell. And Walt Sumner, number 29, who has had a fine ball game in the defensive secondary for Cleveland, making the tackle. It's another first down for the New York Jets as the ball goes just outside the 40, a pickup of 15 yards.
That's just a quick hitting, what they call a zone block. That's with Winston Hill blocking on Gregory, and the lead back, that last play was Boozer, blocking out on Lindsey, and Snell just split the seams right between them, picked up a nice gain.
That's now picked up 7 to 9 yards and a dozen carries. They get a new football here as John Schmidt did not like the feel of the one he had. 24-14. Browns lead. Namath throws a quick one to Sauer, and George is hit right at the 45-yard line by Walt Sumner.
Well played by Sumner. He caught it, read it instantly, was right in there on Sauer.
Gain of 5 yards, second down and 5. 5 minutes and 45 seconds now to play in the third quarter. Next Monday night, Kansas City at Baltimore. Two teams right here battling it out tonight who should really figure in the total picture of the American Football Conference this year. Emerson Boozer. E. Rich Barnes grabs him. The first man to get him. And then he gets a little help from John Carlington. Big number 72, Jerry Shirk. He may be a rookie, but he's getting a full taste. 24-14 to score. The Cleveland Browns jumped into the lead 14-0 first quarter. The Jets got their first touchdown in the second quarter to make it 14-7 at halftime. Homer Jones bolted 94 yards with a second-half kickoff to make it 21-7. The Jets came right back, 21-14, and then a 27-yard field goal by Don Cockcroft makes it 24-14. The Jets now trying to move it again. And a straight power play over the left side for the first down on 3rd and 1. The ball is given to Matt Snell, and he just muscled his way in for the first down. The Jets now have a total of 22-14 for Cleveland.
That Jerry Shirk is getting some kind of lesson done.
He really is. I think Lindsey got one on that last play.
Time remaining, you saw. Matt Snell on first down and 10 from the 46-yard line. He is down to about the 41-yard line for a pickup of 5 yards, and he ran behind Winston Hill. Second down, 5. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. The Browns are leading by 10. The Jets trying to close it up. Snell, Walter Johnson's got him. Right about the line of scrimmage. Matt will probably get about 1 yard. It'll be third down and a long 4 yards for New York. Ball is just short of the Cleveland 40. Historian Joe Namath's work so far in the game. He looks for Lamon. He throws to Boozer. Boozer is cut down by Sumner with help from Lindsey at the Cleveland 32-yard line. That's a New York first down.
Big play for the Jets. They needed that first down very badly. They've got to at least get a three-pointer. They need 7.
Lots of time, Don. They're controlling the football. That means Cleveland can score.
Good point.
2 minutes remaining.
Emerson Boozer, you just saw, leave the field. George Knock, number 37, has come into the ball game, along with Lee White, number 34. So we have 2 new setbacks in the lineup for the Jets. Snell and Boozer out. Namath will throw. Goes for the corner for Maynard, and it is nowhere near it.
Just an observation, Keith. I know that I don't think Maynard is running as well as he can tonight. He's missed most of the preseason games, and with a calf muscle injury, and he just doesn't seem to be the old Swift Maynard.
And Richard Castor has just come into the game.
Exactly so.
He's the big rookie from Jackson State, 6'5", 222 pounds, 21 years old, and when he gets his hands on the football, you better look quick. There's Matt Snell getting some refreshment. It's a very hot, muggy night. Temperature game time was 79 degrees. Second down 10, New York at the Cleveland 32. Namath. Down he goes. And you don't see that very often. It was Gregory who got him.
But that's the opportunism of this finely drilled Cleveland team. When the play most matters defensively, they have the capacity to make it.
Let's take a look at how he does this. You'll notice that's Herman coming out to pick him up. He gave him an outside move and just came inside. That's Katie bar the door. Joe actually made a good move with his knees as weak as they are. There was really no way for him to get away from him, so he protected his knees and went down to the count.
The loss is all the way back to the outside, the 42, make it the 43-yard line. It is third down. They have to go to the Cleveland 22 to get the first down. So it's 3rd and 21 for the Jets. Namath retreating. They almost get him again. He throws the pass for a knock. It is incomplete, and the more than 85,000 partisan fans really roaring.
Well, the fans are getting an understandable kick out of seeing Namath get it. But he's used to it. He can tell you about a fella named Big Ben Davidson from Oakland who broke his jaw.
But again, testimony to the kind of an athlete that Joe Namath is. He accepts the punishment and goes about his job. Here is Jim Turner now out of George Sauer's hold, and we're going to call it 50 yards. It'll be a fraction inside the 50-yard line. He has kicked one 50-yarder. Going to be close. No good. The Browns hold. 1 minute and 5 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Cleveland Browns leading the New York Jets 24-14. This Saturday, next Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports at 2:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific Time, live via satellite from San Juan, Puerto Rico, the World Lightweight Boxing Championship. British Empire champion Ken Buchanan of Scotland against the world champion Ismael Laguna of Panama. 15 rounds, Saturday, ABC's Wide World of Sports via satellite from San Juan, Puerto Rico. All right, here go the Browns. First down from their own 20. Scott and Kelly, the setback. Nelson wants to throw it. He's looking upfield for Collins. He goes over the middle for the tight end, Milt Morin. Had it in his hands, but Butterfinger couldn't hang on, and Holloman knocked him loose.
Incomplete. Second down.
Now we have 59 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Browns lead by 10, 24-14 over the Jets. The story of Bill Nelson so far. 9 of 20. Number 62 is Joe Tofoni, the offensive right tackle for the Browns. Bear Hooker of Arizona State, second-year man, out to the left side, in the slot. The handoff goes to Leroy Kelly, and not much, maybe a yard, as Al Atkinson, number 62, is right there, along with Verlin Biggs, or is it Steve Thompson? It's Thompson, number 85.
Ball on the 21, third down, 9.
Be sure to watch How Awful About Allen, a chilling tale of suspense on the premiere of Movie of the Week tomorrow night on ABC. That's a good one. Offensive plays so far in the third quarter. New York with 18, the Browns with 7. But the scoring does not reflect that. Nelson back to throw on third down and 9 from the 21. Fires. Penalty flag down. He hits Milt Morin. But a penalty flag was thrown into the backfield as Holloman made the tackle for the Jets. They'll bring it back. Verlin Biggs in the backfield, and we may very well have a little too much roughness on the Cleveland quarterback, Bill Nelson.
Holding. Called against the Browns.
I think it's actually a holding penalty. You'll see number 35, Scott, when he's going out of the screen. Actually, they grabbed him by the leg. Number 85 there. It's a holding penalty rather than roughing the passing. Actually, he did get a pretty good lick.
Yes, he did. There's Blanton Collier, the coach of the Cleveland Browns. The ball is back now at the 7-yard line. Third down. And 27 as Nelson goes to the air. Hits Leroy Kelly. The ball is loose. Baker had his hands on it and couldn't hold it for the Jets.
It's an incomplete pass.
It slid right out of Kelly into Baker's hands, and Ralph couldn't hang on. So it'll be a kicking down coming up for the Cleveland Browns. And now here, I think, is something that worries a lot of people with the Cleveland organization, from President Art Modell right on down, and particularly Blanton Collier. He has a fine punter in Don Cockcroft, but he is not too long. Cockcroft will punt from in his end zone. Now, the question is field position right here. 4 seconds to play, third quarter. Let's see where the Jets get the ball. Back at the 40 to Ed Bell. He is swarmed on at the New York 48-yard line, but it's still good field position for the New York Jets. And we have come to the end of the third quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, and our scoreboard reads the Cleveland Browns 24, the New York Jets 14. The New York Jets 14 as we get ready to begin the final quarter. And Weave Eubank talking to his coach upstairs to determine what shall we do. And number 18 standing alongside of him is Al Woodall, the backup quarterback for Joe Namath, young man from Duke. And here come the Jets. Let's call it the 49-yard line. The ball just the nose of it touching the 49. They're 51 yards away from the Cleveland goal line. Richard Kester is in at wide receiver on the right side. Instead, the play goes to Matt Snell. And look at the big man Rambo down to the 32-yard line for the New York first down.
Let's take another quick look at this. You see Snell come back in behind Namath. I'm not saying it was an audible, but it possibly was. A false step to the right. And a beautiful hole. I think Snell's a little upset that he didn't score on that one.
First down and 10 for the Jets on the Cleveland 32. Emerson Boozer over the left side. He's got about 5.
They're piling up statistics, if not points. Snell has gone 89 yards in 16 attempts.
Four yards on the carry by Emerson Boozer. Make it second down and 6. The ball is at the 28. Namath gives it to George Knock, who had come into the ball game. Lee White and Knock coming in at the setback positions for the New York Jets. Or is it Boozer stayed in? Boozer stayed in, and Lee White came in to replace Matt Snell. Walter Johnson, number 71, gets credit for the last tackle. The ball, nose of the ball touching the 25-yard line. Make it third down and 3. They've got to go just about the 22 to get the first down. That's Boozer. He's close to the first down. Bill Andrews, number 52, a 4-year man from southeastern Louisiana, in at a linebacker position right now for Cleveland, making his first appearance of the ball game in a defensive posture, and they're going to measure for the first down. Just enough. That's first down number 25 for the New York Jets against 14 for Cleveland. The Browns are leading, however, by 10, 24-14. Clock running, 12:50 to play in the game. Kester, big rookie, wide right. That's Knock, number 37, now in, replacing Boozer at the setback position. He's inside the 20, make it the 18.
Possibly he saw the strong safety come on that last play. And by come, I mean the strong safety blitz.
Emerson Boozer on the bench looks like he might have a cramp the way they're rubbing on it. Of course, a hot, sultry night like this, that's not terribly uncommon to get a cramp. Second down. Make it 7 yards to go. Go to Lee White. And he cannot get around the corner as Andrews, number 52, is over there to make the play for Cleveland.
I think we have a Cleveland Brown injured on that play, too. We'll call for the timeout.
NFL Monday Night Football from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. We have a timeout. We'll continue in a moment with a score. The Cleveland Browns 24, the New York Jets 14. More than 85,000, and there's been something of a ruckus outside as about 500 people really storming. They want to get in to see the ball game, but there's no room for them. And they've had quite a scuffle outside. Certainly impressive to Commissioner Pete Rozelle, who is here tonight as the guest of the Browns owner Art Modell. Here are the New York Jets now. Third down at 7. The ball is at the Cleveland 19-yard line, and Joe Namath backed up row. He whips it, intended for Don Maynard. E. Rich Barnes all over him, and I think maybe E. Rich gets called here for interference.
That's exactly what it is, and I think it's a good call. You'll see Maynard come down trying to get back to the inside. He made an outside move. Erich reaches back, just grabs on there a little bit. Interference is when the defensive back in any way gets in the way of the offensive receiver to stop the ball. Now, that didn't sound real right. I'm going to try that again later on, folks. You're not supposed to do it. I know that.
First down and goal to go. New York at the Cleveland 7-yard line. Snell inside fumble.
Cleveland's ball. Once again, the key mistake. Listen to this. In total offense, New York has gained 330 yards, Cleveland 158. New York has beset itself with 2 interceptions, with that critical exchange on a fumble, with countless penalties. They've got nobody to blame but themselves for the fact that they're trailing 24-14 despite displaying a continuing offensive power that the Browns have not been able to match.
And Howard, it was Jack Gregory, the big defensive end, 250-pounder, 4-year veteran from Delta State, who recovered the football. So Bill Nelson will put it in play, first down and 10 from his own 7-yard line. Leroy Kelly. Oh, he really got popped by Baker, number 51, coming across the top. And John Elliott, number 80, on the bottom.
Now the clock is ever running. It's 11 minutes and 7 seconds, 6, and so on down. The Jets must get possession quickly if we're to have a tight ball game down to the final wire. There is plenty of time if they can contain Cleveland now.
65 is John Damari. 66 is Hickerson. The guards, the tackles are Shafrath and Toffoni. The tight end is Milt Morin. Nelson will throw it. He fires. Is it good? Yes, it is caught. Up at the 20-yard line, and that will be a first down. And the man who made the catch is flat on his back. We'll take a second look at it.
Here's a couple of good hard licks. Gary Collins took a heck of a lick in the back of his head, and he's down and out. I think Steve Tanner was also hurt on that last play. Collins has been and is their clutch receiver, and that might show you a reason why. He catches the ball with a lot of folks around him.
He is a smart receiver. He doesn't have the speed that he had in '64 when he was the most valuable player in the title game won by the Cleveland Browns. But there's nobody smarter at running his patterns.
Let's take another look at it. Well, that was an awfully tough lick right there. He got both of them. Gary, you may have noticed in his approach route is when he left the line of scrimmage, he began to weave a little bit, weaving by going inside and outside. And this is a very deceptive move for a defensive back to recognize, because from this position and with that type of route, he can go to the inside or to the outside. He has an excellent route that he runs off of that down and in move where he'll plant his foot and come back to the outside. Well, both those fellas are all right.
They seem to be, Don. Don, you saw Cannon just give Collins a slight bump at the line of scrimmage on that one. And as a rookie, he's got to learn if he's going to bump, he's got to bump, because you can't play it that way and let the potential receiver get by you that quickly. There's been a lot of talk lately about the bump and run. That allows a defensive back, as long as he's in front of the potential receiver or co-equal with him, to bump him, push him, or whatever, until he either turns his back to that line of scrimmage or until the quarterback releases the football.
First down, Cleveland Browns ball at their own 21-yard line. Homer Jones in replacing Gary Collins, and we have some encroachment along the line of scrimmage. Following the news tonight, we invite you to join the Dick Cavett Show with his special guests, John Cassavetes, Peter Falk, and Ben Gazzara. Dick Cavett Show, following the news tonight on ABC. So the encroachment call against the New York Jets moves the ball to the 25-yard line.
Notice, too, if you will, Dandy Don, as they still capitalize on Brown's opportunities, how Nelson got the ball out of trouble when he had to.
I think that was one of his biggest first downs he'll have all night, was the one he threw to Gary Collins.
They get the 26-yard line, just outside the 25. First down and 5 to go, and they give it in the middle. And they give it to the money man, Leroy Kelly. The green shirts stack him up. Incidentally, that's a total of 250 yards in this ball game in total penalties for both teams. The Jets with 148 of it. The Browns need 1 yard for the first down. They've got to go to the 31. It's second down and 1. And the offensive interior line remains the same. Damari and Hickerson, the guards. And Kelly sliding in behind Dick Sheffrath, big number 77, wedging for the first down, and I do believe he has it. 9.5 minutes to go in the game. It is the Cleveland first down.
He's got it, but Leroy Kelly has, in 17 carries, gone for only a grand total of 40 yards. He has not been a compelling figure tonight.
The Browns are leading by 10, 24-14. The clock running, 9 minutes to go. Nelson still has it. For Milt Morin, W.K. Hicks and Al Atkinson there to score it. The pass is incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10 for the Browns from their 32. That electrifying 94-yard streak by Homer Jones with a kickoff to start the second half looms very big in this ball game. Nelson still has it. Penalty flag down. Swings it out to Bo Scott. Scott has very little room to go. The man who really made the play possible defensively for the New York Jets is number 60, Larry Grentham. The loss is back around the 26-yard line. Bo Scott getting up very slowly and limping and will come off the field. And Steve Engel, a rookie from Colorado, will go in to replace him. And you see the illegal procedure indication against Cleveland refused by the Jets, and Bo Scott goes to the bench. It'll be third down and 14 yards to go for the Cleveland Browns. The ball is now back at their own 27. Eight minutes and 44 seconds to play in the game. Bill Nelson gets his pass away to Morin. He's got it. Holloman and Hicks make the tackle, but it's a first down for the Cleveland Browns. A big play.
Yes, a big play and a field night for Walt Morin. We told you at the very top of the game that one of the key matchups would be Morin against the tight or strong safety, whether that be Jim Hudson, who unfortunately had to go out. His knee's just not right, coming off knee surgery, or Gus Holloman, his replacement. Morin has been a dominant factor when most are counted in this contest.
The gain, 22 yards. Morin has caught 5 passes for 89 yards in the game, which further makes the point which Howard just drew for you. Ball is on the 49. First down, Leroy Kelly. Oh, look out. He is down to the New York 37-yard line, maybe the 36, before Steve Thompson finally ran him down.
That's the way to break it for Kelly. I remember when they used to do that with Jimmy Brown again and again and again. Remember, Don?
I certainly do, and this is what Weeb Eubank said. You may stop Kelly 15 times in a row, so at one time he might break. I think the Browns are doing two things here. They're making a great drive, but they're also chewing up a lot of that clock.
We should also note that Bo Scott has returned to the offensive backfield, and he is a fine blocker. Homer Jones is the wide receiver to the left side. Berlin Biggs may have jumped too quick. The ball goes to Bo Scott. Look out! Scott is down to the 20-yard line, inside the 20 to the 19. That penalty flag may have been thrown against the Jets. Early Thomas finally wrestling big Bo Scott down, and Scott really grew up in his football career in Canada.
Let's take a look at this. Actually, when Diggs jumped offside, you could see a slight hesitation on the Jet defense. Cleveland continued with their play. And there was a fine hole there. That's a good move there by Bo Scott. He tried to move to the outside to get around Early Thomas. Couldn't quite make it. Another big first down for Cleveland.
The ball is right at the New York 19-yard line. 6 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game. The Browns trying to put it away. That's Leroy Kelly at the 15. John Elliott, number 80. Verlin Biggs, 86, and Early Thomas, 45. And there's Blanton Collier. Kelly now 19 carries, 59 yards. The Browns were 10-3-1 in the regular season last year. See the time ticking away. The New York Jets were 10-4 in their respective conferences. This year they are in the same conference. The Browns in the Central Division of the American Football Conference, the New York Jets in the Eastern Division. Second down, 6. Penalty flags flying all over the place as Bo Scott is decked back around the 20-yard line. Ralph Baker, number 51. Verlin Biggs, number 86. So we have really seen those penalty flags flying around tonight, and nobody is leaving. This big crowd of 85,000 all just sitting here watching it. Penalties against Cleveland. Illegal procedure declined by the Jets. 6 minutes, 3 seconds to play in the game. Next Monday night on ABC from Baltimore, Maryland, the Baltimore Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. And you very likely are going to see Johnny Unitas pass the 20-mile mark in passing yardage gained in his brilliant football career. On third down, Bill Nelson to throw. He looks for Fair Hooker, and a penalty flag is down, and there's an interference call against Steve Tannen. He got his feet tangled up with Hooker down at the 7-yard line. I think it'll be very clear to you what happened here.
More important, you just can't do things like this and expect to win any ball game. You see Fair Hooker trying to run a corner route. There's your bump and run. He did have his hands on him. As the ball was in the air, it looked as if he maybe stepped on his foot. But that's still too much interference. I'm not going to try to get that interference call again this time, but that was an interference call.
John Little, another rookie from Oklahoma State, now in the defensive lineup for the New York Jets, number 57. The ball is at the 7-yard line. First and goal to go for Cleveland. That's Bo Scott. And Little, who had just come into the game, makes the big play. Back outside the 10. The loss is back to the 11.
You'll see him. The Browns take off on another sweep. Little does make a fine move as he eludes his blocker, penetrates into the backfield. Seems as if Cleveland lost a guard somewhere along the way that possibly was supposed to block Mr. Little.
But he's fresh, and on a hot night, that could mean quite a bit at this juncture. 5:52 remaining in the game. Second down and goal to go from the 11. Cleveland's ball, New York 11. Nelson to throw. He loops it from Morin. It's too long. Double coverage that time on Milt by Holloman and Hicks.
Nelson's pass intended for Morin, incomplete.
Now you can say Eubank looks troubled, Keith.
Yeah, at this point. Well, remember the old adage set forth many years ago by Wallace Wade at Duke University, and he says, nobody ever really wins a football game. Somebody loses it.
I think that's true in every form of sport.
Third down and goal to go for the Cleveland Browns at the New York 11-yard line. 24-14, the Browns lead by 10. Nelson to throw. Whips it over the middle. It's incomplete. And again, he looked to the right side, but elected to come back to his tight end, Milt Morin, number 89. Nelson now 12 for 27 in his passing for 145 yards.
But he did his job, and he did it beautifully. He took over after the Snell fumble on their own 7-yard line and led the Browns all the way downfield, chewing up approximately 7 minutes in the process with 5:44 to go, the field goal attempt.
On 4th and goal, Don Cockcroft will kick out of Mike Phipp's hole from the 18-yard line. It looks good, but it is no good. It slid off to the right side, just missed. So, Don Cockcroft, who had kicked a field goal earlier, misses on what may have been a critical point here. As you watch NFL Monday Night Football on ABC, timeout the score. The Cleveland Browns 24, the New York Jets. The New York Jets huddling at their 10-yard line. They have the ball. First down and 10. At their own 20-yard line, they are down by 10 points. Don Cockcroft was 7 out of 8 in his field goals in 1969 between the 20 and 30-yard line, but he just missed a big opportunity from the 18, and the Jets have it as Joe Namath goes back to throw. He whips it up the middle. The pass is caught by Emerson Boozer. Boozer is knocked down by Jim Houston. The ball is on the 34-yard line, a 14-yard pickup and a first down.
Richard Castor is in now, and they double-teamed him. Number 88 from Jackson State, the touted Jets rookie. You can look for Namath as quickly as possible. If Castor gets any movement at all, to go to him deep. With his speed, that's the only way for the Jets to get back in the ballgame.
Lemons is the tight end, and George Sauer is wide to the left side with Castor set on the right. Namath looks at Castor. He goes for Castor, and he's got him at the Cleveland 48-yard line. Kellerman on the tackle. Another New York first down.
First down 10. The Jets on the Browns.
Hope we can see here what is a very fine move by Castor. You'll see Erich Barnes try to knock him off his route and then come back off to cover the back out of the backfield. He gets Kellerman head up and runs a V-out pattern, and the ball again is right on target. An excellent move by Castor and a perfectly thrown ball.
First and 10, New York, Cleveland 48-yard line. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the game. Namath's pass is away, and it is complete to Sauer, and George is down at the Cleveland 34. Freddie Summers, number 20, on the play.
I really like the way Sauer goes back, or he goes after a football. This ball is a little bit low. You can see George on the right side of your screen running a fake to the outside. The ball is a little bit low. He comes back in. Those hands are low and scoops it up. A fine reception, another New York Jet first down, and the old Jets have got things rolling. You never can tell what might happen.
Namath is now 17 out of 28 for 252 yards passing tonight. They'll change the football again. We have 3 minutes and 43 seconds to play in the ball game. Castor is number 88. A 19-yard pickup on that pass play from Namath. Joe to throw. He's going deep into the corner for Sauer. He's got it.
There you go, there you go, there you go. Never can tell what happened.
34 yards. Joe Namath to George Sauer for the touchdown.
You're going to catch the Browns doing something they do very seldom, and that's blitz. They've got more than 4 guys coming back after Namath. Sauer runs a super route, fake to the outside. It just caught him off guard. A great route, great throw. 6 points for the Jets. We're close to having another brand new ball game.
The man who got beat on that play is Freddie Summers, number 20, a 2-year man from Wake Forest.
Key point is you can't blitz the Jets and Namath. You just can't do it.
Jim Turner in for the extra point. It is good. 3 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the ball game. You're watching NFL Monday Night Football on ABC. Timeout the score now. Cleveland 24, New York 21. The New York Jets march 80 yards in 4 plays, capped by the pass Namath to Sauer. The time remaining, you see, 24-21. Jim Turner has teed it up. Reese Morrison and Homer Jones are deep, and Turner hits it deep. It'll be Homer Jones at the goal, 1 yard deep in the end zone. And coming across to knock him out of bounds, number 65, Jimmy Jones for the New York Jets.
Homer Jones taking the kickoff.
He brought it back to the 22-yard line where Cleveland will have it. First and 10.
For the Browns on the Cleveland 21-yard line.
Had a head-on collision with the Jones boys over here on the sideline. Old Jimmy lost his helmet. Homer is a big, strong East Texas boy.
It's going to be interesting, though, Don. There is still time, and Nelson's got some hard decisions to make. Does he put that ball in the air? Does he try and kill off the time on the ground? The Jets still have all their timeouts remaining.
He needs the first down badly.
First and 10, Cleveland. They're on 22. That's Bo Scott up the middle. Al Atkinson from the middle linebacker position, the man who got him.
Scott, the ball carrier, hit by Atkinson.
He got 1 yard.
Ball on the 22, second down, 9.
Jets will save their timeouts, and remember, there'll be the timeout at the 2-minute warning signal. 2:49 left to go as the clock runs.
Second down and 9, Cleveland. Scott and Kelly are the setbacks. They go to Kelly. The Jets were looking for him. They get him up around the 24-yard line.
Kelly, the ball carrier.
Now the
hit by
decision.
Baker.
All right, Don, you're back there. You're wearing number 17.
Yeah.
Whom do you throw to, or do you throw?
Ball on
Yeah.
the
17.
24-yard line.
Well, I tell you what I'd do. I think I'd try to work more.
Timeout, Jets. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's Mike Battle, Ed Bell. Everybody up on that New York bench. Most everybody up on the Cleveland side. The Browns lead 24-21. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the football game. Monday night football. NFL football on ABC. The ball is at the 24. Third down and a long 7 for Cleveland. Big play. Nelson will throw. Can't find anybody. Puts his head down, and he makes it out to the 27-yard line. Dick Shafrath, number 77, tried to come across and help him. But Larry Grantham and Al Atkinson, the linebackers for the Jets, recovered quickly and made the tackle. So Cleveland will have to kick it away.
Nelson, the ball carrier.
With 1 minute and 58 seconds to go. Timeout because of the 2-minute warning mark. Still time. Not to build this thing up falsely, but in plain point of fact, judging by the way Namath led his team downfield on the last sequence.
Remember to watch 40 rookies who have won starting jobs on American Football Conference and National Football Conference teams this year. At the final countdown last week, there, as we told you at the outset tonight, 181 rookies on the NFL rosters. Among the 40 starters, 9 were first-round draft choices, and 6 were chosen in the second round. You're looking at veteran John Elliott right there from Texas. But many late-round picks made it too, like Early Thomas, who was the Jets' pick in the 11th round. Here is the punt now by Don Cockroft. He kicks it toward Mike Battle. He comes up. The ball bounces by him. He indicated fair catch. He thought the ball would go out of bounds, and how about that?
I don't think the New York Jets will ever forget this game. Here, if you will, these statistics, unofficially. The Jets, let's look at the play again. An incredible break for the Browns. Battle running as if he were back at the University of Southern California, ill-advisedly.
The ball is on the 4-yard line. And the Jets cannot move it.
To amplify what I was saying a moment ago, Keith, unofficially, the Jets have gained 545 yards in this game, total, to 219 for the Cleveland Browns. Yet, with the clock running out, A minute and 20 to go. A minute 19, a minute 18, you see it. They are trailing 24-21. They lost this game themselves if they've lost it.
It is second down and 12. New York's ball at their 3-yard line. Kester is wide to the right. Sauer wide to the left. Namath deep in the end zone to throw. He throws. It is batted down, incomplete. And the man who did it is big number 81, Gregory. I am sure, almost sure it was Gregory who got his hands on it. Shirk was there too. An incredible break on the bounce of the punt that wound up 65 yards. Let's watch that.
We'll take a look at it. Namath goes back to set. Of course, the Cleveland defense is very deep. A great move by Gregory.
Third down and 12, New York, from their own 3-yard line. 53 seconds to play in the ball game. Is there lightning in Joe Willie's arm? Let's see. As he goes for Sauer to the sidelines, both feet are in. The pass is complete. Sumner was right there, but he literally, I think, gave him the pass.
That stopped the clock. That's something else they need to do. Let's take a look at what is recognized as one of the very best pattern runners in football. He runs one of the best routes in football. Watch his feet stay in bounds, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of work. And this is something that George Sauer doesn't mind either one of them. He puts a lot of time in the game because he loves it.
First down, New York at their own 18-yard line. 47 seconds to play. The Browns lead 24-21. Before more than 85,000 people. Snido almost gets Namath. The pass is intercepted. It is intercepted by number 52, Billy Andrews. Touchdown, and no penalty flags on the field.
You can't.
There's a depressed Joe Namath.
That was a great shot. It was like one taken by a great sports photographer as Namath walked off the field after the final loss to Kansas City last year, a shot entitled Namath Walks Alone. We could call that one Namath Stands Alone. You can't fault Namath for that interception. He had nowhere left to go. Time almost run out. Just the final blow in a game in which the Browns have been the greatest opportunists you could ever want to see.
And a very happy Bill Andrews as Don Cockcroft comes in and nails the extra point. And so with 35 seconds to go in the game, the Browns rebuild their lead to 10. Modell and all of his people here, Cleveland Browns, for their hospitality during our stay in Cleveland. And remember, next Monday night, it'll be Kansas City in Baltimore. Lenny Dawson and Johnny Unitas squaring off. Here's the kick. It goes to Mike Battle in the end zone. He drops it. He will not return it.
Billy Andrews was in the lobby of the hotel where we're staying today. The Browns have been staying there, along with Dale Lindsey, a regular linebacker. And Dale and I were kidding Billy about the possibility that he'd see no action. He sure did see action, and at a most critical moment, in a most telling way.
You'll probably walk all the way to the hotel just to remind you.
Not that far, Keith.
It is New York's ball. First down and 20 first down and 10 at their own 20 with 35 seconds to play in the game. Cleveland leads 31-21. Al Woodall in at quarterback. He is trapped. And he is dropped, and it's Jerry Shirk, number 72, the big rookie from Oklahoma State, who has gone all the way on defense tonight. He may have learned quite a bit.
When you look back at a punt that hit right, well, very close to going out of bounds, and then takes the Cleveland bounce another 20 or 30 yards, you wonder what would happen if it had been the other way.
There's that big rookie from Oklahoma State. Number 80 in the defensive lineup now for Cleveland, Joe Jones, and he's going to play a lot of football for Gladden Collier and the Browns. Al Woodall from the 17-yard line, and it is almost intercepted by Walt Sumner. So the Browns ball hawking with 4 seconds to play in the game.
I imagine the people in Baltimore are very happy. Don Klosterman, the general manager, and the coach, Carol Rosenblum.
Third down. And 17. From the 13 as Woodall goes to throw, and he throws. The pass is caught. But it matters little as Wayne Stewart fell to the ground and the gun cracked to end the game. And the final score, the Cleveland Browns 31, the New York Jets 21. We'll be back in a moment here at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio.